Hi dear students, we'll continue our poem Not Marble Nor the Gilded Monuments by Shakespeare. We have already done 2 quatrains, that is 2 stanzas of 4 lines each. And in those 2 stanzas Shakespeare gave very convincing ideas about the immortality of his friend. Now he proceeds with his arguments in the 3rd stanza. Let's have a look at it. Against death and all oblivious enmity. Shall you pace forth, your praise shall still find room. Even in the eyes of all posterity. That wear this world out to the ending doom. Now Shakespeare says, against death and all oblivious enmity shall you pace forth. He's talking to his friend and he says, against death you will pace forth. Against death you will pace forth. You will continue to live. Pace means to move and forth means ahead. So you will continue to move ahead against death. Against here means in spite of. In spite of death you will continue to live. Shakespeare means that his friend will die physically, yet he will continue to live. Where do you think he will continue to live? Of course in the poem, because the poem is the living record of his memory. So against death, although he will die physically, yet he will continue to live in the lines of the poem of Shakespeare. And all oblivious enmity, against all oblivious enmity. Oblivious means forgetful, and enmity is hostility. You do know this. This is the noun of enemy. So forgetful enmity, how come forgetful enmity? How can enmity be forgetful? That's something crazy. Here is a figure of speech used. Transferred epithet. Now transferred epithet means using an adjective with an unusual noun. For example, if you say wrinkled skin, that's good. If you say wrinkled face, that's good. But if you show me the waves in the waters and say wrinkled waters or wrinkled river, that's transferred epithet. For example, I show you a leaf flying and I tell you winged leaf. Now how can leaf be winged? See, a bird can be winged bird already, alright, even winged helicopter, even winged aeroplane. You can even say winged sonpari, but you can't say winged leaf. And when you do say that in poetry, that's transferred epithet. So it's transferred epithet. Oblivious enmity because enmity makes you forget all the past sweet relationships. For example, one brother kills another brother for property. They turn enemies for the sake of property and they try to kill each other. So Shakespeare says you may die the natural death or you may be killed by someone who is your enemy, yet you shall pace forth, yet you will continue to live. Shakespeare's poem will never allow his friend to die. Your praise shall still find room even in the eyes of all posterity, and posterity means future generations. So his friend will be praised even by future generations, even the last generation that wears this world out to the ending doom. Wear out means to bring to a finish, to bring to a finishing line, to bring to an end. And doomsday is the judgment day, when God is going to descend from heaven and judge the world. The dead bodies would come back to life and would appear before the throne of God. And God will send the good people to heaven and the bad people to hell. That's what Shakespeare is talking about here when he names the word, when he gives you the word doom. Doomsday, the judgment day. So even the last generation before the destruction of this world will be praising his friend. His friend will never fall in oblivion. He will always be remembered. He will always be talked about. He will always be praised, even by the last generation before destruction. That's what it means. Then in the final couplet, the poet concludes and gives a very strong argument about his friend's immortality. Let's look at that. So till the judgment day, or till the judgment that yourself arise, You live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes. So Shakespeare says that till the judgment day that yourself arise, you live in this. So till the judgment day, his friend will live in the poem and will dwell or live in the lover's eyes. But you see, his friend will live in Shakespeare's poem till the judgment day, but on the judgment day something else will also happen. God is going to destroy the heaven and the earth and the ocean and all the creatures. He is even going to destroy Shakespeare's poem. So till the judgment day, Shakespeare's friend lives in his poem, but on the judgment day another thing happens. His friend arises from the dead. He rises back from the grave. So till the judgment day, his friend lives in his poem, and then on the judgment day when his poem will be destroyed, his friend will himself arise from the grave. So Shakespeare says his friend never died, and that's how he immortalizes. That's it about the poem. It was a nice poem. Thank you very much.